From the Cronkite studios in downtown Phoenix, this is Cronkite News.
We are walking with Pope Francis.
From songs of faith to stinging criticism, Cronkite News has team coverage from Washington, D.C., following the Pope's address to Congress.
We also talked to Arizona's congressional delegation about the Pope's address, including comments from the only representative to boycott the event.
Plus, a new round of hearings has begun to decide whether to hold Sheriff Joe Arpaio in contempt of court.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News. I'm Genesis Monserrati.
And I'm Erica Lang. Thanks for joining us. Pope Francis made a historic address to Congress today, calling on them to use their power to heal the open wounds of a planet torn by hatred, greed, poverty, and pollution.
Francis of the Holy See.
The rousing applause was for Pope Francis as he addressed a joint meeting of Congress today. It's the first time a pope has ever addressed a joint meeting of Congress. Both houses of Congress and presidential candidates were all in attendance for the historic event. Pope Francis spoke on his message of peace and love. He urged lawmakers to take action on the key issues he holds dear, like immigration and the refugee crisis.
We, the people of this continent, are not fearful of foreigners, because most of us were once foreigners.
Thousands of people gathered outside on the Capitol grounds to hear Pope Francis' historic address. Reporter Elizabeth Blackburn was on the West Lawn today to witness.
People started waiting in line in front of the Capitol before the sun came up this morning so they could be a part of this historic day.
It was part pilgrimage, part picnic as people from around the country and the world waited for the Pope to speak. This excitement was evident on Sister Minerva's face.
This is something really special, so it's hard to explain.
Children were on the shoulders of parents and everyone was maneuvering for a glimpse of the Pope on screen. Roy and Mary Berger, snowbirds from Arizona, say it was a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Yeah, I mean, you can feel the excitement from all the people.
Yeah, everybody wanted to be here and everybody was thrilled to be here.
The Bergers say this is the one Pope they wanted to see.
We thoroughly enjoyed his speech, and it was a real thrill to see him in person.
Right, I think he made lots of good points. I like that he focused on America, our people, and the great things that happen here.
Alexandra Jurassic and her family traveled from Tucson after receiving tickets from Representative Martha McSally's office.
The content met all our expectations, I think, as a family, with social justice issues, environmental issues, inclusivity, and just being able to feel his warmth.
Says it was a moment for their memory list, and she hopes the representatives learn from his address.
I really hope that the members of Congress and the House of Representatives take to heart what the Pope said, and that they really do apply the ideas of cooperation and social justice and public service to their session this year.
After the Pope's address to Congress, he came out and talked to the people from the west front of the Capitol. They were cheering and hugging. Now he travels to New York and Philadelphia before heading home. Live in Washington, D.C., Elizabeth Blackburn, Cronkite News.
Governor Doug Ducey was joined with Representative Matt Salmon at the historic address to Congress. He admired the Pope's speech, saying, "As a lifelong Catholic, I have great admiration for Pope Francis. His message of hope and compassion is one the world should hear and take to heart."
A member of Arizona's delegation made headlines as the only U.S. representative to boycott the address from Pope Francis. Our Washington reporter Charles McConnell spoke with Representative and other Arizona members of Congress today.
Most Arizona lawmakers said Pope Francis's historic address brought a good message. Even Representative Paul Gosar, who boycotted the speech, took some positives away.
But I applaud him for ending on such a strong note about the family. I've talked about the persecution of the family and the importance of the family, and not only in this country but worldwide. That's very important, and I applaud him for ending on such a strong note.
For Representative Martha McSally, the message of compassion really hit home.
I really appreciate Pope Francis's heart for the vulnerable and his heart for compassion and mercy and love and peace. And again, I think that's a great message.
As predicted, the Pope did touch on some hot-button political issues, including, quote, the biggest migration crisis since World War II, which was fined by Representative Ruben Gallego.
He particularly hit on things that are very close to me, immigration being one of them, as well as climate change, I'd say.
Gosar felt the Pope did miss a chance to address Congress on other issues, including the abortion debate and militant Islam.
He could have been very, very opportunistic at this time. Those are challenges or opportunities that don't come but once in a lifetime. And so I think there was a missed opportunity here.
God bless America.
Gallego, however, thought the speech struck the right tone.
I think it really was a positive speech talking about where America could be going and really calling to the best of America.
Another aspect of the Pope's visit to Washington was the push from protesters to bring their issues to a world audience. Cronkite News reporter Adriana Barajas talked with immigration and climate change activists about their opportunities.
When Petra Falcón was invited to the White House this week, she was expecting to feel like she was at church.
I was all prepared to receive a blessing.
But what she heard from Pope Francis was nothing like that.
Very, very adamant about issues important to the world, but also to the United States.
Like the issue of immigration.
The first thing he said was, thank you for welcoming me to your country. I come from a family of immigrants, and I know that your country has been built on the work of such people.
But others like Jose Montes were expecting the Pope to bring light to issues including
climate change, immigration, things that are important and are relevant in today's society, especially with the youth and the millennial generation.
For Montes, climate change is as important as immigration reform.
Climate change is very important to immigrants because we oftentimes escape our home countries because of the poor conditions that we live in.
Montes believes
there are many children, especially of immigrants, of undocumented immigrants, who suffer from asthma and suffer from diseases that are caused by the climate and by the environment in which we live in.
But for Falcón, what was most powerful this week was having two world leaders come together.
And basically that's what the Pope is saying, that we have to welcome everyone and we have to embrace the poor and that we have to be there for each other.
Falcón and Montes hope that Pope Francis shedding light on these issues may bring change to their communities. In Washington, D.C., Adriana Barajas, Cronkite News.
Our Cronkite News digital team has been working to capture all our Arizona reaction from the Pope's visit. Online, you can find a story file of all the social media highlights from the Pope's speech this morning, as well as all the interactive social media from our full week of coverage on the Pope's historic visit. Go to our online home website. The web address is cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
The civil contempt hearings against Sheriff Joe Arpaio resumed today. The hearing centered around the allegation that sheriff's deputies continued illegal immigration enforcement for a year and a half after preliminary injunction, barring the practice in December of 2011. Maricopa County Sheriff's Office Chief Deputy Jerry Sheridan testified that he did not remember hearing the orders to stop. Puente, an immigrants' rights group, has been outside of the federal courthouse since 11 this morning. Members put together an art installation showing the plight of immigrants, and they are offering a legal clinic to help those who were assaulted or discriminated against. Noemi says she was detained 2 years ago in a workplace raid. She hopes that the court will hold Arpaio in contempt of the court and give her, and so many others like her, justice.
I hope that we all get justice and that one day he's the one in jail eating his rotten food that he gives us. And I mean, it's sad to say, but I hope he suffers the way that not just me, but all these other families have suffered.
The contempt hearings, which were expected to last only 4 days in April, could run through early November. Arpaio and Sheridan have admitted to violating the order, but say that it was inadvertent, a distinction that determines whether they could be in civil or criminal contempt of the court.
We're nearing the one-year anniversary of the day when 43 students disappeared in Mexico. The case has sparked an international outcry. On Saturday, protesters will take to the streets on both sides of the border. Cronkite News reporter Katie Berry shows why.
Thousands throughout Mexico demand justice and answers, including this mother in mourning. Her son is among 43 students who disappeared a year ago in Guerrero after a protest led to a clash with police.
Pero está más la desesperación y la indignación que se convierte en rabia.
Survivors like this student and families searching for missing loved ones are finding support on both sides of the border. Phoenix residents stage weekly protests outside the Mexican consulate.
What's happening in Mexico is really beyond belief. The Mexican government and the U.S. government should be held accountable.
Salvador Reza and other demonstrators will be at the consulate again this Saturday. They'll be marking the one-year anniversary on the exact date the students disappeared.
The Mexican government really has no heart. International uproar has to be even louder.
There will be similar protests across the U.S. as thousands in Mexico take to the streets in memory of those who are still missing. In Phoenix, Katie Berry, Cronkite News.
Mothers of some of the 43 missing students are in Washington now seeking support from Pope Francis. The 5 women also hope to raise awareness during their visit to the U.S. A police officer shot in the line of duty gets a big round of support.
Coming up next on Cronkite News, a fundraiser for the officer's family. Is also a time for discussing concerns about police safety in our state.
Plus, it may be the toughest field trip a teenager will ever face. We'll tell you why high school students are headed to Tent City this weekend.
Hi, I'm Paula Kirker, president of PBS, and I'd like to personally thank you if you've made a contribution to 8 Arizona PBS. You know, when you fund your favorite shows on this station, you're ensuring great television continues to be available for yourself, your family, and everyone in your community. One of the easiest ways to do that is by making a monthly contribution on an ongoing basis, what we call sustaining membership. When you call, tell us how much you'd like to donate each month. Our current sustainers tell us that $10, $15, or $20 a month is best for them, but you decide what works for you. After you've made that call, we will deduct that amount each month from your credit card or your bank account, and we will continue until you tell us otherwise. Your membership will always remain current, and renewal notices will become a thing of the past. Best of all, your ongoing support means that the best television on television will continue to come your way every single day of the year. So please, consider a sustaining contribution today. Thank you for your support of this PBS station.
A Valley police officer was shot in the line of duty, and the Phoenix Law Enforcement Association is holding a fundraiser for him. Cronkite News reporter Julia Thatcher was at the event earlier today and joins us now.
Members of the community, firefighters, and police officers gathered this afternoon for a barbecue raising money for police officer Eric Gardner, who was shot during a routine traffic stop on September 16th. The Phoenix Law Enforcement Association donated 1,000 hot dogs and hamburgers. 100% of the proceeds will go to the Gardner family to help with bills and medical costs. Police said, unfortunately, they've gotten pretty good at holding these barbecues. They started as a member appreciation events for law enforcement, but police said now they are usually held as fundraisers for injured officers and their families.
But it's concerning with what you see going on around the country with attacks, unprovoked attacks on police, ambushes, homicides of cops, messages being put out via social media encouraging people to seek out and attack police officers. It's a difficult job to begin with, but it makes it all the more difficult when you have stuff like this going on.
Officer Gardner was at the event this afternoon, but did not make a statement. I got a chance to speak with a close friend of his, Sergeant Brink. He says the Gardner family appreciated all the outpouring of support. The event runs until 7 p.m. tonight. In the broadcast center, Julia Thatcher, Cronkite News.
Some Valley teens will be spending a day in jail as part of Sheriff Joe Arpaio's Tough Tense program. It's an anti-drug and crime program, and Arpaio says it gives teens a chance to see what jail life is like before they experience it the hard way. Middle and high schoolers will spend 20 hours incarcerated in Tent City with at least one parent and teacher. They'll follow a strict jail routine and hear inmates tell stories about how crime and drugs ruin their lives. 10% of women are drinking alcohol during pregnancy. That's according to a new study by the CDC. 3% of pregnant women surveyed also said they binge drink 4 or more alcoholic beverages at one time. Doctors say drinking alcohol during pregnancy can cause birth defects, but these defects are completely preventable if the mother abstains from alcohol during her pregnancy.
Saturday's Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, and DPS is encouraging Arizonians to participate. The public can drop off unwanted prescription drugs free of charge with no questions asked. Collection sites will be at DPS headquarters in Phoenix, DPS offices in Kingman, Tucson, and Youngtown, and Ace Hardware in Sierra Vista. DPS says more than 35,000 pounds of prescription drugs have been disposed of during take-back days in the past 3 years. Cronkite News will have full multimedia coverage of this story tomorrow. Head over to our website, cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
Well, it's drying out across the valley again after a couple months of stormy weather.
And experts say it's a good time to think about water conservation. Coming up on Cronkite News, what some communities are doing to keep water waste to a minimum.
The easiest and best way to support 8 Arizona PBS is by becoming a sustaining member. Your monthly contribution of $5 or more comes directly from your bank account or credit card, so you know your membership is always current. It also means no more renewal notices in your mailbox. So more of your dollars go to the programs you love. It's convenient for you, greener for us, and better for the planet. Become a sustaining member today.
Tap into the art scene from coast to coast. Join the Art Beat Nation, a weekly series where you'll experience a rich cultural tapestry of art stories from across America. Meet artists, writers, composers, and performers setting the pulse of the arts in America now. Join us for a brand new episode of Art Beat Nation.
Sunday at 5 on 8HD.
When you want to be more connected, friend us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, watch us online. Become a news source for the Arizona PBS Public Insight Network. Your ideas and insights can help us create relevant and distinctive reporting. Join now at azpbs.org/pin.
Throughout its history, Arizona PBS and volunteers have enjoyed a rich and rewarding partnership. Whether answering phones during our pledge campaigns, stuffing envelopes, or assisting with special events, volunteering at 8 is fun and provides excellent work experience, team building for a group, and a sense of community involvement and importance. If you would like to volunteer at 8, or if you have dropped off our mailing list, we encourage you to call the number on your screen or go online at azpbs.org/volunteer. Thank you.
Cox Communication is not too happy with a new license agreement between Google Fiber and the City of Tempe. Cox has filed a lawsuit against the City of Tempe, claiming the agreement violates state and federal law by not classifying Google Fiber as a cable operator. The fiber agreement would provide gigabit speed wired internet service to the city. While Cox had a traditional cable license for its gigabit internet service, Google Fiber got a video services license.
So water conservationists say education is everything when it comes to preventing water waste. Knowing when and how to use water at home can save thousands of gallons each month. Cronkite News reporter Audrey Wheel joins us with some water conservation efforts.
The Arizona Municipal Water Users Association, also known as AMWA, offers free audits in its 10 member cities across the state to help homeowners conserve. I joined an auditor in Gilbert to learn how this program works.
When it comes to water, every little bit adds up.
2 gallons in 26 seconds.
That's why AMWA cities have water conservation specialists who conduct free audits for homeowners.
So if they do have problems, hardware malfunctions, they're going to know what to correct. And if it is just plain overwatering, how to get their watering dialed in with their actual landscape water needs. So they're going to see lower consumption, which of course turns into lower water bills for them.
These specialists check consumption reports twice a month, and if they see spikes in use, they contact homeowners. But in some cases, it's the homeowners who recognize the increase first. Tim Holmes noticed he was using a lot more water now than he did this time last year.
I think that there's a lot more to know about it than most people are going to devote the time to find out. I personally would prefer going to a professional that is trained in this, knows what they're doing, and say, go do it.
It turns out he was using about double the amount of water he should be.
I'm very glad that he came out here, gave me an education. I'm committed to getting this fixed right away.
Auditors say that generally 50 to 70% of water is used on the landscape. You can determine how many gallons per minute your sprinkler is using by opening up your water meter and using a stopwatch. A complete rotation on the meter is 10 gallons or 10 cubic feet of water, depending on your meter. As beneficial as these audits are for the homeowners, they also serve a greater purpose.
The more water that we can keep in the reservoir by not using more than what we need, the further we can get through these extended drought conditions without causing any issues on our people's lifestyles or the economy.
In Gilbert alone, these water audits save on average 40 to 45,000 gallons of water per home per year. Some of AMWA's best tips are landscape with low water use plants and know how to water them. Cover your pool to minimize evaporation. Use WaterSense labeled fixtures inside, especially for your toilet, and always be on the lookout for leaks. And check your sprinkler and drip system to make sure you're not overwatering. In the Broadcast Center, Audrey Wheel, Cronkite News.
Arizonans take pride in their sports.
On any given day, you'll likely spot a Cardinals fan in red or an ASU football fan repping a maroon and gold jersey. Coming up on Cronkite News, it may not be as many as you think. The NFL says our jersey sales just don't add up.
Fridays, it's at Cronkite News, your social sharing connection where you choose the news. Facebook likes and shares, tweets, retweets, and favorites. YouTube views and subscriptions. We're watching you watch us. From our digital home at cronkitenews.azpbs.org to your television, web browser, or mobile device. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Then join us for at Cronkite News, our weekly refresh, each Friday at 5 on Arizona PBS.
Tickets are available now for one of the most anticipated luncheon events of the year. Join industry leaders from the worlds of media, politics, business, and education as we honor award-winning news anchor and late-night host Charlie Rose, this year's recipient of the Cronkite Award for Excellence in Journalism. The event takes place at the Phoenix Downtown Sheraton on Monday, October 19th at 11:30 a.m. For tickets, visit azpbs.org/Rose or call 602-496-4539.
Hi, I'm Judy Woodruff, co-anchor of the PBS NewsHour. Preparing the next generation of journalists has never been more important than it is now. With its groundbreaking partnership with Arizona PBS, the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication at ASU is revolutionizing journalism education to provide students with a real opportunity to work and learn under the supervision of veteran journalists, producers, directors, and editors on newscasts, investigative stories, and documentary productions. The Cronkite School and Arizona PBS, reinventing journalism education in the digital age.
According to Fanatics.com, Arizona State football jerseys aren't even in the top 200 of the NCAA's jerseys sold.
Cronkite News reporter Rebecca Wynn found out what the factors could be for such low national jersey sale numbers.
Hats, t-shirts, and jerseys. With football season in full swing, local stores are stocked wall to wall with both Arizona State and Arizona Cardinals gear. But nationally, both Arizona teams rank low in overall jersey sales.
It's hot here, and so it's not really comfortable to wear jerseys. And if you compare us to other schools that sell a lot of jerseys, we're not high up there in jersey sales nationwide.
Local ASU apparel store, Cactus Sports, also says customers are asking for a better variety of jerseys to choose from.
but that low national numbers don't allow him that option.
All these people are like, hey, how come there's not more numbers? Like, why can't you bring back Terrell Suggs' number or Jake Plummer's? It's because we don't sell enough jerseys to have multiple numbers.
It's not just Arizona State apparel that is affected by the low sale numbers. According to the NFL Players Association, 25 of the 32 NFL teams were represented in the top 50 jersey sales. The Arizona Cardinals were not one of them.
Sometimes it's hard to replenish it because we are the only ones that get it locally. You're not going to buy it in Pittsburgh, you're not going to buy it in Dallas because there's not really a Cardinal fan base. It's right here locally.
And while Arizona may be one of the only places to find Cardinals fans, you will also find lots of other fans too, which could be another factor to the lower jersey sales.
There's still a lot of Cowboys fans, there's a lot of Pittsburgh fans, there's a lot of people that come during the holidays that have retirement homes out here. Our #1 jersey sales is the Cardinals, but you know, Just Sports is the team shop for everybody.
So Arizona fans, stocking up on jerseys now is the only way to have more options in the future. In Tempe, Rebecca Wynn, Cronkite News.
One player both Cactus Sports and Just Sports say is a popular jersey among ASU and Cardinals fans is a player they both share, Pat Tillman.
Cronkite News is proud to be the news division of Arizona PBS. Here's what's next on Arizona Horizon and PBS NewsHour.
Coming up after Cronkite News, it's Arizona Horizon. We'll take a look at a new State Department of Education report that finds that over half of responding school districts are facing teacher shortages and that too many teachers are leaving Arizona.
I'm Judy Woodruff. On the next NewsHour, as the Pope visits, we explore the state of Catholic education in the U.S. That's Thursday on the PBS NewsHour.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thanks for joining us.
For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.